Well, we can try this again. A little bit of a power problem here. It happens. A couple monitors are down, but who cares? We got radar. Let's get back to it there. Sorry about that. I'll see if I can work on getting some more backup power. I had the internet on backup power, but forgot the mic was plugged into the wall as well as the camera. Thought I could just keep talking, but we'll get that fixed. Uh-oh, we went black again. There we go. So now we've got the storm that's there west of Town. This storm's tracking to the east, kind of resetting here just because of the power problems I just had. I'm going to zoom out and then I'm going to loop this and then we'll kind of take another look at this whole thing and kind of recap what's going on. So we have the front that's moving in. Again, that's coming in from the northwest to the southeast. You have some showers and storms and supercell storms closer to Russellville, stopping the radar at what we have here. I'm going to stop here at home first because that's a nice little storm there that we got going on, right? Let's check this thing out for any rotation. Doesn't look like it's that strong, but there is some there. I'm going to go to analyst and look at this a little closer. And the storm would be right here. There's a little bit of weak rotation on that south side. And that's going to be just west of Johnson, tracking towards the east here. Hey, there I am. So this is a supercell storm here southwest of Springdale. It's not warned right now, but there is some rotation on it. This is impressive out around Danville. That storm's rotating. Probably get another tornado warning out of this if this one tightens up. This one is all hooked up out around Russellville right now. That's north of Morrilton. And then just looking at this, that little green blue pixel, let's see. Huh. Right here. Let's see here. I don't know. This may have touched down north of Morrilton. That's hooked up. That's a strong storm up there. That's north of Morrilton. Again, that's not in northwest Arkansas. That's more towards Conway County. Um, Strong storm there. That's just north of Highway 9. It's probably the strongest one that's out there right now. Back here at home, you can see how the colors aren't nearly as impressive. We still have that strong storm that's coming into Springdale, taking you out towards sunset. Uh-oh, there we go. Things are a little janky right now. That's life. Still looking at that storm that's moving west of I-49, tracking east. I wonder if we're able to see any kind of rotation on this thing west of Town. Let's just see here. That's looking due west. There's northbound on exit 75 where someone just crashed. Hope they're okay. That's no fun. Looks like you got a car in the middle lane. Where is this? That's the 612 on-ramp northbound. I think someone would stop and help. We'll see. Um, Strongest part of this storm is actually moving south of here. That thing just happened just a second ago. Then this is looking towards the north. We have those heavy showers and storms that are about to move in from the southwest to the northeast. Off camera, I'm taking a look at this and just seeing um, and if there's any rotation. There is some on the weak side west of Johnson. It's not super strong right now. It's something to keep an eye on. And then we have those storms that are just to the west of Fort Smith. Those look more gust dominated. We'll go back to this here in a second. Anyway, you can tell though that northbound lanes are probably going to back up pretty quick here with that accident that just occurred here on I-49 approaching the 612 on ramp. So here's the storm. You always want to look at that hook shape, right? So the hook shape is just to the southwest of Town, west of Johnson. Um, is there rotation on it? Yes. It's very broad. I don't think you're going to see a wall cloud like what we saw a moment ago on that storm. But it's something we need to keep an eye on as it moves on through. Better hook on that one near Danville. And of course, we've got that one that's all hooked up out there north of Conway. Stuff back towards Chakota is kind of, they've dropped the warning on it. This is the stuff that's eventually going to get into Fort Smith. And we did expect some of this stuff to weaken as it moved in. It's more of a heavy rain producer. Could cause some very intense flash flooding, though, as it moves in. But if you check the rain on this, I'm sorry, the wind, you can see how the wind has really come down. More outflow dominant, at least right now, so it's not quite as strong as those storms that are farther to the east here in Russellville and Danville. Um, this one surprises me. I'm surprised there's not. Well, it's not that wrapped up yet. Eventually, it will be. Oh, That's a three-car accident. They just moved the camera. Good grief. I-49. Hmm. Hopefully ASP rolls up on this thing soon. I haven't seen that person in the middle car get out yet. And it looks like down to one lane. RDOT's moving that camera. Off camera, I am looking at that storm out around Springdale. We're looking at that 612 ramp there is actually, unfortunately, I think they're about to get some of this heavy rainfall. Let's see here. It's gonna be pretty close. And that's the northbound lanes that are becoming blocked. Looks like a multi-vehicle accident here. Got about 3 cars have crashed into the wall. Well, one car went in the wall for sure because the bumper's in the middle of the screen. Um, Hopefully, is that ASP rolling up? Maybe it is. Back over to radar briefly. It's taken on more of a hook shape to it, which has kind of got my attention. It'd be west of Johnson. I'll go to another radar source here. If you were joining me earlier, I had a power problem. That's why those got off. We'll get that fixed. Strongest storms over Town, moving east out towards Harmon. There's not a lot of lightning. There's a strike right here east of Harmon. And as far as the velocity images go on this, steel, some weak rotation around Wheeler Road. That's up there towards Arbor Acres Road. And that's tracking northeast. So that accident here is approaching the 612 ramp. It's in this dark red color here. Looks like ASP is up on the scene now. Scary driving in some of this stuff. It's easy to hydroplane on it. Hopefully they get this cleared, and hopefully those people in that car are okay. Let's see. And that's the north side of 612. Right now, there's no intense rotation on the storm. We do have some heavy rainfall in Town, and then out there towards Springdale. We have stronger storms west of Sallisaw that are going to be tracking in here soon. Those will be moving in from west to east. Those have a little more lightning out around the Henrietta area. And again, those storms will be moving closer to Fort Smith later on tonight. And then during the overnight hours, we'll see these showers and storms really start to pick up as the front essentially just stalls and produces multiple rounds of rainfall during the overnight and first part of the day. And of course, anytime it rains on 49, you can expect some delays due to accidents and traffic, much like what we're seeing now. So hopefully this one gets cleared up sooner than later, and hopefully everybody's okay in this. And things will be moving again on those northbound lanes, but expect a pretty big backup here northbound if you're in this area due to the heavy rain that's out there. And of course, what are these idiots doing driving through this? Are you kidding me? Dude would get the finger. There's 2 of them. Golly, people are idiots. Like, if these people on I-49 are just complete morons. Here's another one. Hey, there's a car crash. Let me drive past a state trooper. I don't think my blood pressure ever shot up as high as driving on I-49 and watching these bozos. Hopefully the ASP folks will get some more help out there. And um, hey, look, someone's smart enough to stop traffic. Wow. Good grief. I don't do good driving on I-49. Ask my kids. I always tell my daughter, I'm like, don't drive like me. I'm not a good driver. And now the cop's blocking the whole thing. Look, these poor ASP folks. They have to deal with so much nonsense. least he's got him over to the shoulder and open up some of those lanes of traffic. There you go. And no one got ran over, so that's obviously good too. Oh boy. All right. Well, back to the radar here, where the showers and storms are moving right over Johnson now, and you've got that little weak pocket of rotation that's moving in. So maybe we'll go to that here in a second and kind of see what that looks like. Let me back out here and let's take a look. Let's look to the north from Johnson. So we're looking at where that very weak rotation would be. It's not strong. It would be coming in on the left side of the screen there. So we're looking at it. There's Johnson Mill. There's the Blessings. Um, there's the Johnson exit. So that camera's actually right here down to the side. It's actually a great shot to see if there's any kind of rotation in it. Of course, we know it's not warned. There's no severe warning. There is rotation west southwest of Johnson, though. I can see it right there. Let me look here. Yeah, you got rotation on this thing. You're looking right at it. That's it. Looking northbound out towards Johnson. Again, nighttime, it's really difficult to really see anything. But we'll watch out in the distance and see what happens. Hail. Any hail in this thing? Let's look back. Um, no, not really any. The trend on this storm, though, has been what? It's maintained its intensity, if not come up just a little bit. Looks like the heaviest part of it's right there on 412. So this is Johnson looking northbound. Let's see if we can get a closer look here. This is also looking north from Johnson. Maybe that's the lowering on the left side. There you go. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Okay, so check out the left side. See the tower flashing there? So that lowering there would be a wall cloud. Now, keep in mind, though, most storms actually do have wall clouds. It's the base of the updraft. So just by saying wall cloud doesn't mean there's a tornado. But you can tell when you see this lowering, though, that it's an area of interest. It's something to watch. And that's going to be moving over this RDOT cam, too. So that's two wall clouds moving over the camera. Can you guys see it? I know it's difficult at night, but it's just above the tower there. Again, that's looking towards the north. That lowering will be moving over Johnson and Fayetteville. As of right now, there is some weak rotation on it. There's nothing intense, nothing strong, and at least at the moment, nothing that indicates to me that a tornado would be in progress or anything like that. But if I were to isolate the rotation on it, I tell you it's located here just west of Johnson, moving towards Johnson Mill and the Blessings, north of Belle Claire Estates, west southwest of Tyson Foods is where this is essentially tracking towards. You can see some of the lowering there pretty much as it's moving right over I-49 right now. Again, just a lowering, probably some strong gusty winds with it. But if there was some kind of tornado that fell out of this thing, yeah, you'd be looking essentially right at it as it makes its way right over Johnson there. You can see some of that lowering as it moved. It just moved over. You can see it on radar now. It's moved over the interstate and continues to track towards the east there. So that's another one to keep an eye on here with that particular cell. It's right over Johnson, right over the camera, right over the big nickel. They're on it too. Let's see. It's exit 69 near Johnson Mill. I'm going to take you towards exit 68. Let's see if we can find the lowering there. Hmm. It's hard to see it, isn't it? It'd be on the top right of the screen. Don't really see that much of it. At least not right now, anyway. Let's look. That's looking south from APEC. That's south from the interchange. I'm trying to find North Cam. Here we go. This is going to be, so this is 67. So this is running about 3 miles to the south of where the rotation would be, but it's actually looking towards it. So the little beacon you see there, that's Washington Regional. Northwest Arkansas Ball would be like center screen. F&B Fayetteville would be center of the screen. That rotation is going to be center right. But again, it's night. You can't really see all that much out there. And frankly, right now, this thing is not that wrapped up. It doesn't look that impressive. It doesn't even really have that much hail in it. It does have some gusty winds. It looks like a weaker supercell storm compared to where it was earlier. the trend on that is going to be, let's see here. Let me look. I don't think it's really gotten that wound up. If anything, it's been trending down. This one's been weakening. But we do have more storms that are out there. That one storm that we were following earlier before the power blew up in my house is tornado warned now. It's around Plainview, just south of Ola. And that is really wrapped up and hooked up too. It's around Rover. Let's see if this thing has any tornado debris on it. I don't see any. Which is good. Radar presentation of that. It's really nice looking supercell. Very strong storm. The one near Greenbrier and Guy, still a very strong thunderstorm here with deep rotation near Springfield, Arkansas, west of Greenbrier. That's interesting. Let's see here. Let me change radar sources on you guys. I'm gonna check this one a little closer real quick. So this is northwest of Greenbrier, tracking east. That's messy data, isn't it? Get some range folding. Yeah, doesn't look like I see anything that shows it's on the ground. Let's go back to SRX. Let's check out the storm over Springdale. Just crossed over the interstate from Johnson. That rotation's moved over Johnson. It's now moving just south of Tyson down Don Tyson Parkway. Again, this is not a not significant in terms of something the Weather Service would issue a warning on or anything like that. Just a good thunderstorm cell that's moving through. And again, that's tracking towards the east. Go to another radar source here real quick. Wide view. Kind of show you what's coming on, what's happening now. We're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. We've had a handful of strong storms move through. I'm gonna go wide view first, and then kind of take you through what'll happen here heading into the next couple of hours or so. In fact, I may try to get that loaded. Let me see if I can get that pulled up for you off cam, and then maybe I'll get it brought up for you here in a second. Give you an idea of what's headed our way next. So this is the wide view of the showers and storms. I'm going to loop this here so you can see how this has been tracking. More storms are developing to the west. The true cold front still moving in. You have tornado warned cells in central Arkansas from Conway north out towards Danville. You have some storms. You have stronger storms in the Fort Smith area to the west. These are not warned though, so hopefully it's just some heavy rain that moves through, and hopefully we can get the rain into south on Fort Smith without any severe thunderstorms or tornado warnings. And then you have that one cell that's still a supercell near Springdale, just not one that's spinning really hard or anything. But there is still some weak rotation on North College out there towards Lake Fayetteville, out around Gully Park, East Lakeview. It's moving towards 265, essentially parallel to Don Tyson. Don Tyson's right there. There's 71B, so you're moving out towards the White River. The rotation would be on the east side of Gully Park now, tracking east. And again, not anything to be concerned about as far as a tornado goes with that storm. It's not wrapped up really tight or anything like that. Then back to the west, you have the storms near Salisaw, and then you got storms, supercell storms that probably are capable of producing some tornadoes here in central Arkansas. These things are a lot nastier right here west of Twin Groves, moving towards Greenbrier. And then you have that storm, the rotation pocket's actually near Plainview and Ward's Crossing, moving towards Fush Junction, um, just south of Casa, Arkansas. So going back to a wide view here of the thunderstorm, what I'm going to try to do, and I'm not sure, I'm going to do this on the fly. Well, I'm not sure what this is going to look like, so y'all hang on there. I'm going to try to pull up some of this model data for the next 24 hours to kind of give you an idea of what this looks like. Things got a little screwed up when I had that power bump. So life happens. We'll see if I can fix it. Let's see here. Well, that didn't work, did it? Bear with me for 1 sec because we will have more storms tomorrow morning. But what I need to do is see if I can get this data to pull up like this. Voila. There we go. All right, so now we're back in business. So this is where we are now. This is the North American model. It's the latest run of it. So 7, 8, 9. This is 9 o'clock. So yeah, this is where we are now. The model data kind of matches up to what's happening, but it really doesn't. Look at Russellville. There's nothing there, and there's storms over Russellville. So a lot of times, what we'll do is we'll call this is initialization of model runs. We'll look and see where it is currently compared to where we think it's going to be. If it doesn't match up, we know it could be a little bit off, and we know this model's off. I'm going to switch to the high res model and see if it does a better job of showing what's actually happening. Um, let's see here. If I back it up, we're initialized. Okay, this is more reasonable, right? Because now you can see the storm near Russellville and you can see the ones in Northwest Arkansas. Is it exact? No. Models, they're not exact. They never will be. That's what's going to keep meteorologists employed, hopefully. If not, they can just become bankers. So we have the storms in Russellville moving east, and then let's watch what happens here through the overnight hours. So that stuff gets into Fort Smith coming up 9, 10 o'clock as heavy rain, and then it stalls out. So we get heavy rain in Fort Smith. This is midnight. This is coming up on 1 in the morning, and then we catch a break around 2 or 3. But what's going to happen, this is the high res model, so it doesn't go out quite as far. I guess I could back it up a run and see. As it stalls out, you're seeing more stuff develop to the west. These storms will also be severe. These things are coming through kind of at a wonky time. So this is 7 in the morning. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to get some storms developing earlier in the day for tomorrow, probably mid-morning. Now, the North American model, it's a lot more aggressive with this. It starts to bring some of this stuff into Northwest Arkansas as early as let's see here, 7, 8, 9. It's about 9 o'clock or so. Still looking at some stronger storms. Hail will be the main risk with this as it moves through, and you can see more moving through in the afternoon. Those could also be severe. I mean, we're just in this like firing range of severe weather here for the next several days. But the long and short of all of this is, yeah, you've got storms moving through now. The front stalls out around Fort Smith, and it rains overnight. And then it falls apart, and then you get another round moving through mid-morning, and then you get another round after that. So there's several rounds of thunderstorms which are set to move um, to the area tonight into tomorrow morning. But since this storm is trending down, and we have some storms to the west which are not severe, I'm going to jump off here and see if the kids have taken a shower and gotten in bed. You know, it's kind of nice talking about weather because I don't have to play the shower fight game where I'm like, get in the shower. No, I don't want to. I want to play Fortnite. Get in the shower. No, I want to listen to Taylor Swift. And then it just goes on and on and on for like 45 minutes. It's like a hostage negotiation to get my kids clean. And my lovely wife Ashley took care of it tonight, so God bless her for that because I got a nice break from it and got to talk weather. But plan on storms tonight. I'm going to keep an eye on this stuff. If I were you and you have a phone, you've got a way to turn on the apps that give you weather alerts. Please do it and leave it on for the next couple of days. It's good to get these alerts as they pop in. I think the tornado threat does dial down. The tornado watch goes till 10. I don't see anything that shows a tornado immediately happening in northwestern Arkansas. Central Arkansas, it's a little different, especially south of Russellville and north of Conway. But I'm going to wrap this one up, see if I can fix some of these computers that I blew up earlier with that power surge. And I'll see you back on here if we get some more severe weather during the overnight hours. Appreciate y'all bearing with me during the power outage. Stay safe. Have a way to get weather information. Make sure you've got the locals on loaded on your phone. Dan, Darby, Scott, they're going to be watching this stuff during the overnight too. And they'll be bringing you weather information as well. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll bring you any updates as this stuff moves on in. Thanks for watching.